Welcome to AI Brief, episode 384. We are your source for high-speed, high-density updates in the world of artificial intelligence.
We have a really packed deep dive for you today. The goal is to get you completely up to speed on some massive shifts happening right now, both competitively and on the infrastructure side.
Our mission today is to unpack three key developments. First up, we're going to look at this intensifying territorial battle between foundation models. It's all centered on Anthropic blocking xAI from using its Claude models.
Then second, we'll dive into the future of digital retail. It's quickly becoming, agentic. That's all thanks to Google's new open standard for AI shopping, the Universal Commerce Protocol. They call it UCP.
And finally, we're going to dedicate a good chunk of time to a rapid-fire look at everything else in AI. We're talking next-gen autonomous agents, a major new coding model, some critical legal updates, and of course the trending tools you need to know about. Okay, let's start with that territorial showdown. It is hard to imagine a clearer signal of how good your model is than your direct competitor deciding the fastest way to get ahead is to secretly borrow your work.
It's an incredible story, and it gives you this phenomenal insight into the high-stakes world of AI development right now. So Anthropic reportedly found out that Elon Musk's lab, xAI, was accessing Claude.
And not even directly, right? They were going through the coding tool Cursor.
Exactly, through Cursor.
Yeah.
And they were using it to accelerate their own internal coding development.
And this isn't just, bad form. It's a straight-up violation of their contract. Anthropic's terms are incredibly explicit about this.
They are. You are prohibited from leveraging their models to build or train a competing AI system, period.
And it's interesting because Anthropic has a history here. They are not shy about enforcing this. They've revoked API access before over competitive concerns.
Right, which makes you wonder, why even take that risk? Why was xAI willing to do it?
Well, it has to be a testament to the power of models like Claude Opus and Claude Code, especially in programming. It suggests Anthropic's model was doing something that xAI's just couldn't.
Maybe handling really complex refactoring or generating super high-quality unit tests, things that are essential but really, really hard to do at speed.
So what was the fallout? The xAI co-founder, Tony Wu, he confirmed the block in a memo.
He did. And while he tried to spin it as, motivation for them to work harder on their own tools, he made a critical admission.
He said they anticipate a hit on productivity.
And that phrase, hit on productivity, that says everything. It signals a reliance that's much deeper than just, a simple utility. It tells you how dependent they actually were.
It really forces a difficult choice on them now. Either they pour hundreds of millions of dollars into compute to try and close that gap, or they just have to accept a slower development path.
It's a paradox, isn't it? Sometimes the fastest way to build a frontier model is to temporarily borrow from your competitor, even with all the risks. This is a serious escalation in the AI arms race.
Okay, so moving from that corporate rivalry to a revolution that's happening at the consumer level, let's talk about Google. They just introduced something called the Universal Commerce Protocol, or UCP.
And the goal here is, it's genuinely transformative. UCP is designed to let fully autonomous AI agents, and we're not talking chatbots here, we're talking agents with real agency manage your entire retail journey.
So everything from you discovering a product all the way through to checkout and even post-purchase support.
The whole thing. And what makes this more than just another Google product is the shared infrastructure. They didn't build it in a vacuum.
Right. They worked with major retailers.
Yeah.
Shopify, Walmart, Target, Etsy. They were all involved.
And that's the key. UCP creates these standardized systems so that AI agents can operate seamlessly across all these different platforms. An agent trained on Shopify data can transact perfectly smoothly on Walmart's site.
So what does that standardize exactly? Is it just payment info?
It's things like unified API calls for checking inventory, secure payment tokenization, and this is critical, a common system for agent permissions. You have to know what your agent is allowed to do on your behalf.
That makes sense. For safety and for trust. And this all leads to a much better consumer experience. Google's integrating native checkout right into AI mode in Search and the Gemini app.
So you could ask Gemini to find you the best running shoes. It suggests a pair from Target, and you can buy them right there, mid-conversation. You never even have to leave the app.
All the friction is gone. And for brands, they're also launching a new business agent feature,
which allows branded assistants to operate right inside of Search, personalizing interactions and giving the brand access to all those conversational insights. It's incredibly valuable data.
And the buy-in is already huge. Over 20 major companies endorsed UCP at launch. Visa, MasterCard, Stripe, Macy's.
When you see the financial and retail sectors aligning like that, it signals massive confidence in this future of agentic commerce. The implication for businesses is just crystal clear.
You have to optimize your brand for agentic shopping. It's becoming as critical as having a functional website was 15 years ago.
Absolutely. You have to be ready for the AI to handle the purchase, not the human.
Now, we're going to shift gears just a little. We'll take a slightly more measured look at some of the other rapid-fire developments that fill out the AI landscape this week.
Starting with the next generation of autonomous agents, there's a startup called Do Anything. They just launched the alpha for a new class of AI agents that are, well, quite different.
Oh, so
They're claiming these agents can operate independently on very complex projects for months at a time, so we're moving way beyond just simple one-off tasks.
And the framework that allows this is called Dessix. It's designed to help the AI manage an entire project, kind of like an AI project manager itself.
And what's really fascinating here is that each agent gets its own name and its own email address.
That sounds like a novelty, but I'm guessing it's not.
It's not. It solves a huge logistical problem. It lets the agent take action as itself, authenticating into services, getting updates instead of impersonating you, which often breaks down in these long-running workflows.
Okay, and moving over to the coding front, a major challenger is emerging from China. DeepSeek is apparently getting ready to launch its new flagship model, DeepSeek V4.
And the internal testing suggests V4 could potentially outperform both Anthropic's Claude and OpenAI's GPT series on key coding benchmarks. Their big breakthrough seems to be in handling extremely long code prompts.
Which is really important for enterprise-level work. But you have to put this in the context of the bigger picture, with compute.
Right. There's new data from Epoch AI that finds global AI compute capacity is doubling every 7 months. It's an incredible rate of growth.
But even with that growth, you have Justin Lin, who's the head of Alibaba's Quinn models, expressing some serious skepticism.
He basically said that Chinese AI companies have less than a 20% chance of overtaking the frontier models in the next 3 to 5 years, and he cited these huge resource gaps compared to the U.S.
So if DeepSeek V4 can actually outperform U.S. models on coding while spending way less on compute, that signals a really important strategy.
It's an efficiency-first strategy. It's focusing on smarter architecture, not just throwing more GPUs at the problem. It's a defense against that resource gap.
Now, switching from compute power to legal power, the lawsuit that Elon Musk filed against OpenAI is officially going to trial this March.
And this is a monumental trial for the entire industry. A judge ruled there's enough evidence to support Musk's claim that OpenAI betrayed its original agreements by shifting from a nonprofit mission to chasing profits.
And even if OpenAI calls the suit baseless, the fact that a judge is letting it go to trial means that core tension of the industry, open access versus commercialization, is literally being put on the stand.
And moving from legal drama to some genuine scientific breakthroughs, OpenAI's GPT 5.2 Pro achieved a major milestone in mathematics. It solved 3 Erdos problems using a tool called harmonics Aristotle.
This wasn't just the AI brute forcing an answer, though. It was a collaboration with the mathematician Terence Tao.
Exactly. It suggests a really powerful new model for human-machine interaction. The AI helped break new ground on previously unsolved proofs. It's moving from prediction into actual novel scientific discovery.
We should also touch on a couple of critical infrastructure updates. First, OpenAI launched ChatGPT for healthcare.
This is a big deal. It's a new platform that's designed to be fully high-pay compliant, which is a massive hurdle to clear. It's already being deployed in hospitals for clinical notes and admin work.
And then there's the raw power needed for all of this. Meta just announced some major nuclear energy deals.
With Vistra, TerraPower, and Oklo. They're aiming to secure up to 6.6 gigawatts by 2035, positioning Meta as one of the largest corporate nuclear purchasers in the U.S. It just shows that securing guaranteed, massive-scale energy is now a prerequisite for building frontier AI.
All right, let's transition to the tools and updates hitting the market this week, starting with creation and design.
Midjourney just released its Naji V7 model. For anyone who creates visual content, this is exciting. It features vastly improved anime aesthetics and much better text rendering.
So fewer painful corrections when you're trying to put words into your images.
Exactly. And in the audio space, 11 Labs launched Scribe V2. They're positioning this as the new state-of-the-art transcription model, claiming the lowest error rate out there.
And in the specialty coding area, there's a new one called NewsCoder 14B from News Research.
Yeah, this one's really specialized. It focuses on highly complex, tricky tasks, specifically Olympiad-level programming challenges.
Okay, moving into enterprise and efficiency. We've got Opttab. What's the use case there?
It's pretty straightforward. It's designed to boost your visibility and help you get higher ranking results in AI search engines, which are getting more and more competitive.
And for marketing departments, there's Nextify.
That one generates high-performing ad creatives using AI. The goal is to streamline that whole slow process of A/B testing different visuals.
What about for insights? If you've got mountains of data.
Check out LiveDocs. It promises to convert dense data documents into direct, answerable insights in seconds. It basically acts like a smart query layer over your reports and PDFs.
For video, especially animated content, there's Elser.
Right. This tool lets you create full anime shorts in minutes, just from a simple text prompt. It completely eliminates all that frame-by-frame work.
And finally, what's Dessix?
Dessix provides an AI visual workspace. Think of it as a spatial tool for capturing, organizing, and creating content, great for brainstorming and managing digital assets.
You know, this week's news really does crystallize the two big pressures driving the industry. On one hand, you have this intense competitive environment that's forcing companies to protect their models as a resource.
Like we saw with Anthropic blocking xAI. And then on the other hand, you have this foundational shift in how we interact with commerce, with Google's UCP pushing us towards these fully agentic, secure transaction protocols.
Where the human is basically removed from the checkout process entirely.
So when you look at the whole landscape compute doubling every 7 months, but companies still having to ban competitors, the huge resource gap still existing, it all underscores one thing. Specialized high-performance knowledge is the ultimate bottleneck.
So the real question this deep dive raises for you isn't how fast can I grow?
Yeah.
It's what is the non-replicable knowledge I can create so I don't end up like xAI, dependent on a system that someone could just turn off tomorrow.
That knowledge, not the compute, is the final line of defense. If you found this deep dive valuable, please follow and share AI Brief to keep pace with these transformative changes.
Thank you for joining us.
See you in the next episode.